I don't need no man.
Hey there, good man fam. You already know how this goes. Hurry and finish putting your guess in the comments section of whether this female to your left is a traditional woman, woman, or modern female. So far, you've seen her mannerisms without actually hearing her speak, though. Now we're about to go over these videos piece by piece to see if you're correct in your assessment of her. So let's get into it.
Why did you think he deserved to be slapped?
It's not so much about being slapped as much as it is about accountability, right?
Right. Says the person who didn't get slapped. About what the freak are you talking? It's not so much about the slap as it is accountability. The slap was the problem. A man got physically assaulted on the biggest award stage in the world. And you're saying it's not so much about the physical assault? This can't get more stupid.
He has made Black women specifically the butt of his jokes for years, and he's finally being held accountable.
Well, I guess I was wrong. It did get more stupid. Unbelievable. It always amazes me the phraseology and verbiage these modern females, especially the Black ones, try to use. Did y'all hear her try to be slick and insert negative language by saying he's been using Black, quote unquote, women as the butt of his jokes? She couldn't just say that he uses them in his jokes. She had to use language that makes them look like victims because they always have to try and make it to where they're somehow being attacked in some way. And wait, as Dr. Umar Johnson says, don't you find it suspicious that she attacked a Black male comedian for making jokes about Black females, but didn't even mention, let alone attack all of the white and Hispanic comedians who make Black females the so-called butt of their jokes all the time? Isn't that suspicious? And then she said because he's been doing that, he's now being held accountable. So accountability for making jokes is now physical assault? That's what you're saying? Okay, so by your logic, all of the Black female comedians who made Black men the butt of their jokes, it's okay for the wives of those Black men to walk up on the stages and punch them in the face then. I'm just using your logic. So that's what should have happened because that's accountability, right? So when that happens, you're going to keep this same energy then, right?
So I feel like this kind of sets the precedence, going forward, hopefully that people will be more careful about how they treat and discuss, Black women.
Set a precedent, huh? So the precedent is say something about Black quote unquote women and we'll assault you, huh? Gotcha. And a comedy set is somehow now dubbed as treating and discussing Black females as though those comedians are in some classroom or on a relationship podcast panel? Who the freak do y'all think y'all are? Comedians make jokes about disabled people, the LGBTQIA plus community, Black men, white females, men, Asian females, Indian men, Indian females, god dang everybody. Yet the only people who have a problem with jokes are females in the LGBTQIA plus community. You know, the people who run every goddamn thing through their feelings. Screw your feelings. It's comedy. Nobody is safe from jokes. See, this is why nobody likes y'all, not even your own men anymore, because y'all are always trying to both separate yourselves from everybody while simultaneously playing the victim of being by yourselves. The freak out of here with that bull crap.
People are going to focus on your words saying, is Candace McDuffie condoning violence, saying that, that Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock?
I think, in the literal sense, it seems like a bit much. But honestly, sitting here, calling Jada out of her name, making fun of her hair condition, talking about her alopecia, words can be violent as well.
Oh, So there's a non-literal sense of him getting slapped in the goddamn face? And that slap only quote unquote seems like a bit much. Seems. See how she just dismissed him being actually physically attacked? But then right after that, she acts like his joke, not some visceral verbal attack, mind you, a freaking joke, was more violent than an actual physical assault. So words can be violent too, but the actual physical violence just seems like violence. Yeah, that makes sense.
And as we've seen, Black girls and women, we suffer abuse at higher rates in this country. So continuing to humiliate us only perpetuates this.
Higher rates than whom? Not black men, because y'all are the ones doing the actual abusing. That's why nobody likes y'all black modern females, because y'all are the freaking worst. I can't stand y'all. And about what the freak are you talking regarding humiliating y'all? Comedians make jokes about everybody, but it's almost always y'all who have something to say about everything. If somebody breathes wrong in y'all's direction, outrage. If somebody looks in y'all's direction, outrage. If someone isn't perfect in their language when speaking about y'all, outrage. Every freaking thing breeds outrage in y'all, and the men of your race and the rest of the world are finally sick of it.
A lot of people laugh, though, when they hear the jokes and they say he's a comedian, he's just being funny. Maybe you're being too sensitive about it. What do you say?
I think it speaks to a larger American pattern of using marginalized people as comedic fodder. And then it can also, lead to violence being incited. It can lead to us being not seen as human.
So now a black man who is part of a marginalized community somehow represents the bigoted part of America who is using marginalized people as comedic fodder? Fodder. See how she's continually using words that evoke specific negative visuals? Again, trying to frame jokes in a way that make black females some type of freaking victim. Then she talked about it supposedly leading to violence, but ironically, condoned the violence against the very man who is part of a marginalized community as quote unquote being held accountable. So violence is okay, depending on how you feel about both the words and the person saying those words, then, right? That's the new precedent, then, right? Do you even think before you speak or just open your mouth and just let a bunch of verbal diarrhea come out organically? Sheesh. And that us in your statement, again, here you go trying to separate yourselves from everybody else, even the men of your own race. And y'all wonder why y'all feel unprotected? Forget protection. Who the heck wants to even be around chicks like you?
Words and comedy have larger consequences, as we've seen in recent years. What we saw on that stage wasn't comedy. It was comedy, but it was really pain. He hasn't healed from what's happened. And instead of kind of dealing with those emotions and those feelings, he's just taking it out and continues to take his rage and anger out on Black women.
So words and comedy have larger consequences. So now comedians are politicians? Freak out of here. Did she just say Chris Rock hasn't healed from what happened? Chick, y'all haven't healed from about what y'all have been complaining for decades. You're literally on this show complaining about it now. The freak is wrong with you? Are you this unself-aware? And then she did it again. Used language to evoke certain feelings and visuals, talking about Chris Rock, quote unquote, continues to take his rage and anger out on Black women. This freaking buzzword bullcrap. Man, so now Chris Rock is an angry, rage-filled Black man. Y'all hear this bullcrap? Yo, I can't stand chicks like this. Everything they do and say is about creating enemies out of thin air and then playing the victim regarding the enemies they created. Freaking unbelievable, man. So tell me, good man fam, what type of female do you think this is? A traditional woman, a modern woman, or a modern female? Pretty sure I can guess what your answer is going to be on this one. Go ahead and put it in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video and, if you're not already, subscribe. Let's get it.